Hello, my name is Mariana and today this is a reading for Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, as usual, I'm doing a reading with my own tarot deck, so the cards that you see are from this deck. So Sagittarius, the message that is coming through to you today is something very specific about a moment that you're reminiscing, that you're going back to your past when you were younger, and perhaps there was a great departure in your life, somebody that was very significant for you in your life, and for some reason they left. And I want to say perhaps they went off to form their own family. And I know that this may sound strange, but it feels like, you know, an older sibling or a cousin or an uncle or an aunt that left your vicinity or your daily life, I want to say, or your experience, that, you know, they were very, it's like if you go back to your childhood, Sagittarius, they are a presence that was very cherished by you. I was trying to find the word, but cherished by you. It's like you adore them for whatever they represented for you in that past. And it's like now you're contemplating, but you're contemplating all of that not from that innocent or naive standpoint. It's like you're trying to contemplate that right now from a place where you can find value in that memory, in that reminiscence moment, because it seems like you are going down this memory lane, because we're starting this reading with the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups to me talks about, you know, going back, going way back in your memories, going way back to your childhood, because there's something that is important that perhaps you left behind, but emotionally, right? It's not necessarily, well, perhaps there is something that you need to retrieve, because the Ace of Pentacles is here and it is connected to the one who left. So perhaps you're going back to your childhood home, that you are, you know, going there with the purpose of not only reliving or trying to cherish this memory, because the Four of Wands is here, and this Four of Wands was talking about this dynamic contemplation. So it's not a contemplation that it's not necessarily sad, although there is this departure that I mentioned, but the moments that you're choosing to remember is connected to when things were good, when things were happy, when there was, you know, a reason to celebrate because of the traditional Four of Wands. So there could have been, you know, a particular reason right now, and that's interesting because it's not here in your reading why you are going down this memory lane, but it feels like something, maybe it's just the eclipse, right, that is bringing a lot of things to the surface. So for you, Sagittarius, the way that is all of these revelations are coming from your subconscious to your conscious is through this reminiscent moment where it's like you want to cherish that memory, that remembrance, because it's like it's like it makes you happy, but it makes you, it's like because it's a four, it brings comfort, right? To me, the fours are all about steadiness and stability. So this is like again, it's coming through, it's wanting to come through as a dynamic contemplation. So it's maybe something that is long gone, but for you in your memory, the moment that you think about that, it's like you're back there, because you're showing up here, Sagittarius, as the Page of Wands. So it's like the moment that you retrieve that memory or that you revisit that past of yours, you are there. It's not like you know, it's like a distant thing. Yes, perhaps it happened a while ago. Perhaps you were still a child, but the moment that you retrieve that thing, and specifically, you know, a thing related to the one who was there with you, celebrating with you, perhaps, it's like, what you retrieve, whatever it is that is coming here with the Ace of Pentacles, retrieves also your innocence. It's like you are taking back something that perhaps was lost when this one left. Because it seems like with the Two of Wands here, the steps that you take when you go down this memory lane, Sagittarius, is that you feel like you are back together with them. You see here how there are only 2 wands, whereas here are 4. So, you know, it's like the 2 here and the 2 here. So it's like reliving that moment, going back to that past memory, brings back that person. It's like they're there right beside you. It's like, and you're just a child. It's like, because they're there, it's like you are allowed this innocence or this moment of fragility. It's coming through with that word. It's like you allow yourself to be fragile. But with the Two of Wands coming next, it's like, and the Eight of Cups, it's like they left. It's like you were left alone, I want to say. It's not like you went away. It's like you were the one who, it's kind of like tying this loss of innocence, but with the loss of somebody. I hope that makes sense, Sagittarius. And I know that this is very specific, but the way that they are there right beside you, the moment that you remember this thing or this person or this moment in your life, you also remember the moment that they left, because it's almost like that is the most significant memory that comes when you think about that person specifically. So when they left, because the Eight of Cups traditionally is the card that talks about, you know, reminiscing, and it's almost like wanting to postpone that departure or that goodbye. And I feel like even though this was like very good, at least for you in your perspective, there was no reason for somebody to want to leave this, right? It was stable and happy and celebratory and fun perhaps, but this was your childhood imaginative type of way of seeing things. The Two of Wands is representing both your steps, you know, being left there alone while when they're coming here next, but while they left to explore new horizons. Because to me, this card, the Two of Wands, talks about wanting to, you know, broaden your perspective or just experience new things. And with the Eight of Cups, it's like, as much as it was not painful, I don't feel like there's pain here in watching them go. It's almost like there is this hope that they're going to come back, actually, because they left you something. They left you a token, or it's almost like an amulet with the Ace of Pentacles coming next. It's like, again, as much as it was hard for you, because, you know, you just didn't see a reason for them to want to leave this, to leave you. It's coming through like that, right? It's like it's almost like you were this pair, right? That's the reason why it's coming through perhaps as, you know, a sibling, an older sibling. It's like it was fun for you, Sagittarius, to play with them because you had this playful energy to you. And that's what you remember about that period. But you didn't see the reasons why this one, this other, why this sibling of yours or whomever is here that is, you know, saying goodbye, or that said goodbye in the past, and that now you're remembering all of that. You didn't know why they wanted to go. You didn't see their visions or their path. It's like it was too far beyond your comprehension at the time. So you didn't understand why they left. But they left you with a promise, I want to say, that they would come back. It's almost like, you know, when somebody leaves and they say, you know, keep this for me because I'm going to return, and then when I return, I want it back, right? It's like this it's how do you say it? It's not a lucky charm. Is it a luck charm? It's like a good omen, so that they return safely, you know. But because these two cards here came together, I feel like this is the reason that now, with the maturity that you have, with the life experience that you have, and with the ability of choosing to go back to that memory, right? It's like this Six of Cups again. It's like this choice to go down this memory lane. So here with these two cards following this Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, it's a very different perspective. So this is them, right? This is what they left. So they left a piece of them with you on their way out. The Eight of Cups is talking about this detachment, right? So sometimes I see the Eight of Cups as the overlapping of two fives, and it's interesting because the 10 is like the two fives, but, you know, one step removed. So this is the distinction. It's like, this is the goodbye. I want to say this bottom row here of cards is this moment of goodbye. So perhaps, yes, you do remember the good moments. Yes, you do have incredible, cherished memories of the times that, you know, you enjoyed with this one, you enjoyed with the one who gave you this token. But the most remarkable thing, or the most vivid memory that you have, is when they left you. It's like you saw them walk away, or you saw them take those steps and leave you behind. Because there was like this, maybe there was like a kind of a ritual, or like I don't know why, but for some reason it's like it wants to be specific about the moment of goodbye, the moment that they left you, the moment that you saw them walking away. Because it's like here, you didn't know why they wanted to go. You didn't know why they were so keen on leaving, and you didn't see their, it's like there was some sort of hidden desires in them to explore the world, to take, you know, a bigger step out into the world, because they wanted to broaden their perspective, right? Explore the new horizons. And it's like they just couldn't stay there. It's like, it's not a matter of instability, or because if this was unsafe or whatever, but it's not like that. It's because they wanted to maybe create their own family. This is what I heard actually with the Ten of Cups, but I don't feel like you understood that at the time. So maybe if we are talking about, you know, this Four of Wands being this traditional meaning of a celebration, or even like a wedding, it's like, you know, an older sibling leaving your home because they're now going to build their own family. Now they're going to move away and, you know, live with their own family. I don't feel like you knew that at the time. I feel like it was kind of like there was this expectation in you, Sagittarius, that eventually they would return, because they promised, I want to say, it's like they left something with you that made you believe at the time that they would return, that this was not, you know, a trip for good. It's like they were not going to go away and never come back. It's like they were taking steps, but in a sense, because of this long, it's like this long goodbye, It's not some, you know, it's not like, you know, yeah, okay, bye. It's not like that. It's like it took a lot, at least emotionally, it took a lot. But physically or practically, it was just a tiny token, right? A tiny piece of memory that they left with you, but it's like they have this explorer type of energy or character that it's like it's always wanting more or always in search of more. Perhaps the way that I'm seeing this Knight of Pentacles with the Ten of Cups, it's like they wanted to build something that, you know, they weren't finding anymore here. Although for you, the memories that you had at the time were very happy. Maybe for them, they weren't. Maybe for them, they felt like they needed to detach. So it's like, again, it's like you don't know their reasons, or you didn't know, at least not until now. And now that you're revisiting all of these memories, or this moment is specific in your life, it's like you have a new perspective about this. It's like now you understand why they never came back, or why this was so imprinted in your emotional body, or in how you understand what family is, or what, you know, going on this adventure to build your own family is. So I feel like there is a lot that you're reminiscing, but there's a lot that you're re-evaluating. In terms of re-evaluating, I want to say it's like valuing it again. It's like you're trying to consider the value of this thing that they left, because it's almost like, you know, it's kind of like those Dan Brown books or movies, right? Where there is like this hidden code, kind of like the Leonardo da Vinci type of encoded messages, right? In a simple thing, in something very, very simple, very mundane. So it's almost like you're looking at this again, and this is the thing that makes you see through their perspective, why they chose to leave you. Because again, it's like, it's wanting to emphasize the fact that they left you. You were the one who saw them walk away. You were the one who were asking perhaps them to stay, and they just couldn't. So they left you something that would remind you of them. But that made you think that they would return to get this thing with you. And I feel like they didn't, but perhaps not until now. I don't really know, or I don't really see them coming back. That's the thing, right? It's like they're gone for good. And it's kind of a mystery, to be honest, to me too, Sagittarius. So yeah, I wish I had something else to say to you, but it's almost like it wants to stay there. It's again, it's going back to the contemplation, the dynamic contemplation. Don't stay in this reminiscence type of moment in a way that talks about or focuses on the departure, although it is the biggest part of this reading. It's like, choose to see or to cherish the parts in which you had fun, you had their company, they were there with you, instead of focusing on the moment that they left, right? Because I feel like this is playing a great part here in your reading, although it's not, I don't feel like they went for some, it's like the reason why they left is not because they were suffering, or it's almost like maybe it was hard for them as well, but they just wanted something more. They just wanted perhaps, you know, to build their own family. But yeah, it's like you didn't know that. So maybe you do have your family now, and now you understand their reasons. You see what I mean? So you are re-evaluating this thing that they left. I know this is very encrypted. I'm sorry if it wasn't enough. I'm not getting anything else. I am going to pull more cards to see where this wants to go. And also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if this resonated and you want to find out more about why this memory is coming back, then I'll be very happy to see you in the extended. The link is down below. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.